Luka Doncic so far has not been performing well for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's not playing up to par, up to his All NBA status. He's coming off an injury, so we do have to give him a little time to get acclimated to the team, to get in the system and understand who he's playing with and things of that nature. But if we just keeping it real, man, he hasn't been performing well. And LeBron doesn't even look like he's performing well alongside of Luka, even though he's still putting up his regular numbers. It just seems like one of them needs the ball and one of them has to play off the ball, and they're both on the ball players. They both do their best with the basketball in their hands. So we're gonna break down what's going on with Luka, what's going on with the Lakers, and how they could possibly fix this problem. Let's jump into this article, you guys. The Lakers were expecting to get more from Luka, that's for sure, and he hasn't delivered early into his tenure with this team. And that's true, he hasn't delivered. He's coming off a serious injury, so we have to give him a little time, right? But with this small sample size that we're getting so far, he just hasn't been the same Luka. He doesn't look too out of shape, but he doesn't look in prime shape either. And he's just a defensive liability if we keeping it real, man. This guy, you put him in the pick and roll and you got barbecue chicken, pretty much. Like, he gets ate up in the pick and roll and he's not running the pick and roll himself, which is what he was excelling at in Dallas. Man, that guy was a pick and roll master. So we'll see what's going on. As a Laker fan, it is a little discouraging. We do miss Anthony Davis on the defensive side of the ball, but I still believe in Luka. I'm going to give him some time to get acclimated. He's coming off a serious injury, like I said. So give him some time playing with LeBron, and I think things will be better. But overall, the Lakers still need more pieces, man. That's 100% for sure. So, sucks. But hey, I still believe in this team. I still think Luka will figure it out. The Los Angeles Lakers were applauded around the rest of the league for making the big trade for Luka Doncic. Everyone thought that trading Anthony Davis in order to get him was a no-brainer for them. Me included, I really thought we won that trade. I was very happy with that trade. I didn't think Anthony Davis was a guy that could stay healthy for us, even though he was performing well for us, for sure. And he played most of the games last year. But if you just going off his tenure with the Lakers, he just wasn't healthy most of the time. And I felt like we needed a player that could be on the court at all times, if not at all times, most of the time. And Anthony Davis was not that. Even though he was a monster when he was on the court, even though he's a great top three defensive player in the league, I felt like we needed to get a little younger, because depending on him and LeBron was kind of hurting us in a young man's game. But Luka, getting him at 26, 25 years old, I felt like was the smart move. Like, I truly did. I applauded Rob Pelinka for making that move. And I still think we won that trade. But overall, Luka's not making it look like we won the trade, if that makes sense. Even though Anthony Davis has been down for Dallas, so we have nothing to compare those two. We can't really compare those two and how they're doing with their new teams because Anthony Davis is down. But we can compare what Luka is doing in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform, and he's not performing well. If we keeping it 100, he's shooting 35% from the field, 20% from three, and he's averaging 14.7 points a game. That's not going to get it done, man. It's just not. Those splits are fucking terrible. For a guy that led the NBA in scoring last year, it's just bad. And I think he needs to get it together, get the ball rolling, get his feet underneath him. I know he's kind of rusty, but at the end of the day, it's 29 games left in the regular season, and we don't want to be in a play-in situation, so he's going to have to snap out of it quick. That's just my opinion. and he's going to have to get better defensively because we have a couple good defenders, but we have no great defenders on this Los Angeles Lakers roster. Anthony Davis probably got hurt in his first game with the Mavericks, while Doncic has played only 3 games so far with the Lakers. In the long term, this trade is still a good move for Los Angeles. I agree with that for sure. In the short term, they are hoping that this massive move will make them a real contender to win the NBA title. They think that pairing him with LeBron James will make their offense almost unstoppable. I was one of the people that thought that. I did have my concerns because, like I said, they both play on the ball. So it's like you're asking one player to do something that he's not the greatest at. But I still think LeBron can play better off the ball than Luka can. He just looks uncomfortable out there. He's a defensive liability. And LeBron, he could play off the ball. He could do things, but when he does that, he's not the scoring threat that he normally is. And I think that's hurting the Lakers, truly. I really do. The Mark Williams trade fell through, and we ended up losing to the Hornets 100-97. And he made an impact for the Hornets in that game. And I was just sitting here thinking, like, damn, if we could at least got him. He's not a great center. He's not a great defender, but he's a good center, a good defender. We don't need upper echelon greatness from him. That's not what we needed. We needed someone that could produce better than Alex Len because he's been ass. Like, let's just keep it 100, bro. He's been terrible. And yeah, man, it's just, I hope Luka could get his feet back underneath him. I really do. And he's already ruled out for the next game against the Blazers for his calf injury. They said they want to help him recover faster, give him a little recovery. He's played 3 games straight, so they're giving him a day off. But it's not a good look, man. It's really not. The early returns have not been great on Doncic. While he has played just 3 games with the Lakers, the stats have not been impressive. Like I told you guys, stats were not good. In his first 3 games, he's averaging 14.7 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. All of those numbers are well below what he was averaging with the Mavs. Yeah, he was on another tier with the Mavericks. But like I said, he had the ball in his hands all the time. He was able to dictate and do what he wanted to do with the basketball. With the Los Angeles Lakers, he's not going to be able to do that unless J.J. Redick gives him the key to do that and LeBron takes a back seat. That's the only way he's going to be able to do the things that he was doing. And still, even then, when all-stars or superstars pair up with LeBron James, their numbers just take a hit. They truly do, because LeBron, he likes to shoot a lot of threes now. He's older. He's not driving to the rim as much. He still gets to the bucket, but just not as often. So it's taking the ball out of those playmakers' hands to do the things that they were once great at. And it's hurting the Lakers right now, man. We shouldn't have lost that game to the Hornets. We shouldn't have lost that game to Utah before the All-Star break. And it's not looking good. What's even more alarming is his shooting. Yeah, his shooting has been absolutely ass. He's not hitting any threes. He was 1 for 9 last night against the Hornets. He's shooting 35.6% from the field and 20% from beyond the three-point line, which is unlike Luka. Like, Luka is a great shooter, man. So to see these shooting splits is not a good look. It's terrible. And I think Luka, honestly, with the calf injury, I don't know if he's not getting as much lift on his shots, but you could tell he's just not locked in. I don't want to say he's not locked in because I'm sure he's dedicated and he's working hard, but the injury is preventing him to perform the level that he normally can, and the system is also just not working for him right now. It's not. Like, let's keep it 100. The worst part is the Lakers are just 1-2 in the games Luka has played. They just lost to the 4th worst team in the league, the Charlotte Hornets, at home. It might be time to start panicking as to what Luka will do for this team this year. The offense was supposed to be a lot better with him playing next to James, and it hasn't been. Yeah, absolutely hasn't been. The offense has been terrible, lackluster, and I think Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron are the only ones that could get their own shot. Everyone else is dependent on those players to put them in positions to score, to give them the ball in a position for them to catch and shoot and things like that. And honestly, that's just not going to work. It's not going to work, man. It's a young man's game. You got plenty of guys on other teams that could get their own bucket, and then plus they're not great defenders. LeBron, he's still a pretty good defender for his age, but Luka and Austin Reeves, come on, man, these guys can't defend shit. They can't. And the rest of our team, we don't have great defenders. We have Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith. They're some cool defenders, but they're not great. And we're so small. We don't have any paint presence. No center or power forward that controls the paint and controls what comes in and out. And we getting eat up in the pick and roll, man. So I don't know what the Lakers are going to do, but they're going to have to figure it out on offense and defense. The defense has been much worse without Davis anchoring the forefront. That's not going to get better after the failed Mark Williams trade. More Los Angeles Lakers. Rich Paul glad he didn't know about the blockbuster Luka Doncic Lakers trade. While this trade will likely reap major benefits in the future, it might not be this year. Their defense has become too porous now that they don't have any rim protection. And that was the whole point of trading for Luka, was to get over the hump this year or next year while LeBron's still playing. Because let's keep it 100, LeBron probably got a couple years left. Yeah, he could probably keep playing beyond that. But it's just, LeBron is not going to play that much longer, man. The championship window for the Lakers is closing so fast. It might already be closed, but Luka was supposed to give us a glimmer of hope, supposed to open it back up. And I don't think he's going to do that, not this year. Maybe next year when he has a full off season to recover, get in the best shape he can, get acclimated to the system and produce better for the Lakers. I feel like we have a better chance then. But this year, it looks like it's too far gone, man. It looks like we're not going to compete this year. We're going to make the playoffs, but we're not going to be a competitive team. It's a lot of teams out there, young teams that are dominating, and it's going to be hard for us to get by Oklahoma City, the Denver Nuggets, etc. Even some teams out in the East. It's going to be hard for the Lakers to get by them, man. So it just sucks, man. It really does. That's something they can't fix until after the season, when they are able to either sign another center or trade for one. Until then, they have to hope to outscore teams. And like I said, that is not a good recipe, man. Not going to be able to outscore teams when Luka's shooting 20% from three and 35% from the field and only averaging 14 points. I get it's a small sample size. I get we got to give them some time to get acclimated. But the season's running out. Like I told you guys, man, there's only so much time left in this year for a player to come in and adjust and figure things out, especially off a major injury. If Doncic doesn't pick things up, that won't happen enough for them to be true threats in the playoffs. So far this season, Doncic is averaging 26.5 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game with both teams. And that's including his stats with the Dallas Mavericks. So you could take that with a grain of salt. Luka hasn't been good. He hasn't. I still think the Lakers won this trade. I still think Anthony Davis was getting older. He's still an injury-prone player, even though he's a great defensive player. I felt like trading him for a much younger player, All-NBA player, in Luka was the great choice. But so far, we're not reaping the benefits of it, man. And as a Laker fan, it sucks. So you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you guys think Luka is going to bounce back, give us a chance to compete this year. I surely hope so. But we'll see what happens, man. It's your boy Trey Mace. We with Famous Mason Sports, man. And we out of here. Much love. Peace.